Welcome to the fascinating world of plant physiology. In this video, we'll explore how plants function, grow, and adapt to their environment. Plant physiology is the study of the vital processes that keep plants alive, from photosynthesis to water transport and beyond. Understanding these processes not only helps us appreciate the complexity of plants, but also reveals how they support life on Earth. Whether you're a student, a gardener, or just curious about the natural world, you'll find that plant physiology is full of surprises. Let's begin our journey by looking at what makes plants unique and why their physiology matters. Plant physiology focuses on the internal functions and processes of plants. It examines how plants convert sunlight into energy, how they absorb water and nutrients, and how they respond to their surroundings. Unlike animals, plants can't move to find food or escape danger, so they've developed unique physiological strategies to survive and thrive. By studying plant physiology, scientists can improve crop yields, develop new medicines, and even address environmental challenges. Let's dive deeper into the core processes that define plant life. One of the most important processes in plant physiology is photosynthesis. This is how plants capture sunlight and turn it into chemical energy, fueling their growth and providing oxygen for other life forms. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplasts, specialized structures within plant cells. Through a series of reactions, plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to produce glucose and oxygen. This process not only sustains the plant, but also forms the foundation of most food chains on Earth. Chloroplasts are the green, oval-shaped organelles found in plant cells. They contain chlorophyll, the pigment that gives plants their green color and absorbs light energy for photosynthesis. Inside the chloroplast, a complex network of membranes and enzymes work together to convert light into usable energy. Without chloroplasts, plants wouldn't be able to produce the food and oxygen that sustain life on our planet. Water is essential for every aspect of plant physiology. It's not just a raw material for photosynthesis, but also a key player in nutrient transport, cell structure, and temperature regulation. Plants absorb water from the soil through their roots, and it travels upward through specialized tissues called xylem. This movement relies on a combination of root pressure, capillary action, and evaporation from the leaves, a process known as transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which water evaporates from the surface of plant leaves. This evaporation creates a negative pressure that pulls more water up from the roots, helping to transport nutrients and cool the plant. Transpiration rates can vary depending on temperature, humidity, and wind. It's a delicate balance. Too much water loss can stress the plant, while too little can limit growth. Roots anchor plants in the soil and serve as the main entry point for water and nutrients. They grow downward and outward, exploring the soil for resources. Root hairs increase the surface area for absorption, allowing plants to take in more water and minerals. Healthy roots are crucial for strong, resilient plants, and their physiology is adapted to different soil types and environmental conditions. Plants have two main types of vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem transports water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant, while phloem carries sugars and other organic compounds produced during photosynthesis. These tissues form a complex network, ensuring that every cell receives the resources it needs to function and grow. Leaves are often called the solar panels of plants because they capture sunlight and convert it into energy. Their broad, flat surfaces maximize exposure to light, while tiny pores called stomata allow for gas exchange. The internal structure of leaves is designed to support efficient photosynthesis, with layers of cells specialized for different functions. Stomata are tiny openings on the underside of leaves that regulate the exchange of gases. They open to allow carbon dioxide in for photosynthesis and release oxygen as a byproduct. At the same time, water vapor escapes through these pores. Plants can open and close their stomata to balance gas exchange and water loss, adapting to changing environmental conditions. Plants produce a variety of hormones that regulate growth, development, and responses to stress. These chemical messengers include auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid, and ethylene. Each hormone has specific roles, from stimulating cell elongation to triggering fruit ripening or helping plants cope with drought. The balance and interaction of these hormones shape every stage of a plant's life. Auxins are a group of plant hormones that play a central role in coordinating growth and development. They are especially important for cell elongation, root formation, and responses to light and gravity. Auxins help plants bend toward light, a phenomenon known as phototropism, and guide roots to grow downward, a response called gravitropism. Gibberellins are another class of plant hormones that promote stem elongation, seed germination, and flowering. They help break seed dormancy and stimulate the growth of young shoots. Farmers often use gibberellins to improve crop yields and control the timing of flowering and fruit development. Cytokinins are hormones that promote cell division and influence the growth of shoots and roots. They work in tandem with auxins to balance root and shoot development. Cytokinins also delay aging in leaves and play a role in nutrient mobilization within the plant. Abscisic acid is a hormone that helps plants respond to stress, especially drought. It signals the stomata to close, reducing water loss when conditions are dry. Abscisic acid also plays a role in seed dormancy, ensuring that seeds only germinate when conditions are favorable. Ethylene is a gaseous hormone that regulates fruit ripening, leaf drop, and responses to injury. It's responsible for the softening and color changes in ripening fruit. Ethylene also helps plants adapt to mechanical stress such as wind or touch by modifying growth patterns. Light is a major environmental signal for plants. They use specialized pigments to detect changes in light quality, intensity, and duration. These signals control processes like seed germination, flowering, and the daily opening and closing of leaves. Plants can even adjust their growth direction to maximize light capture. Phototropism is the growth response of plants toward or away from light. It's driven by the uneven distribution of auxins, which cause cells on the shaded side of the stem to elongate more than those on the lighted side. This results in the plant bending toward the light source, optimizing photosynthesis. Gravitropism is the way plants sense and respond to gravity. Roots grow downward while stems grow upward thanks to the redistribution of auxins in response to gravity. This ensures that roots anchor the plant and access water while shoots reach for sunlight. Plants have internal clocks known as circadian rhythms that help them anticipate daily changes in their environment. These rhythms regulate processes like leaf movement, flower opening, and photosynthesis, ensuring that plants are ready for sunrise and sunset. Circadian rhythms are set by light cues but continue even in constant darkness. Plants require a range of nutrients to grow and develop. These include macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as micronutrients such as iron and zinc. Nutrient deficiencies can lead to stunted growth, yellowing leaves, and poor yields. Plants absorb these nutrients from the soil through their roots, often with the help of beneficial microbes. Nitrogen is a vital nutrient for plants, essential for building proteins, enzymes, and chlorophyll. It's often the limiting factor in plant growth, which is why fertilizers commonly contain nitrogen. Plants take up nitrogen from the soil in the form of nitrate or ammonium, and some can even partner with bacteria to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Phosphorus is important for energy transfer and root development, while potassium regulates water balance and enzyme activity. Both are essential for healthy plant growth and reproduction. Deficiencies in these nutrients can lead to weak roots, poor flowering, and reduced resistance to disease. Micronutrients like iron, zinc, copper, and manganese are needed in small amounts but are crucial for plant health. They act as cofactors for enzymes and are involved in processes like photosynthesis and respiration. Even minor deficiencies can disrupt plant metabolism and growth. Many plants form symbiotic relationships with soil microbes such as mycorrhizal fungi and nitrogen-fixing bacteria. These partnerships help plants access nutrients that would otherwise be unavailable. In return, plants provide the microbes with sugars produced during photosynthesis. Respiration is the process by which plants break down sugars to release energy for growth and maintenance. Unlike photosynthesis, respiration occurs day and night in all living cells. Oxygen is consumed and carbon dioxide is released, similar to what happens in animals. Plants store excess energy in the form of starch, which can be broken down and used when needed. Storage organs like tubers, bulbs, and seeds are packed with starch and other reserves, ensuring the plant's survival during periods of low light or dormancy. Plant growth involves both cell division and cell expansion. Meristems, regions of active cell division, are found at the tips of roots and shoots. These areas drive the elongation and branching of plants, allowing them to explore their environment and compete for resources. Primary growth increases the length of roots and shoots, while secondary growth adds girth, especially in woody plants. Secondary growth is responsible for the formation of wood and bark, providing structural support and protection. Flowering is a key stage in the plant life cycle, leading to the production of seeds and fruit. The timing of flowering is controlled by environmental cues like day length and temperature, as well as internal signals from plant hormones. Successful pollination and fertilization ensure the next generation of plants. Seeds can remain dormant for months or even years, waiting for the right conditions to germinate. Dormancy protects seeds from sprouting at the wrong time. When conditions are favorable, water uptake triggers metabolic changes and the seed begins to grow into a new plant. After fertilization, the ovary of the flower develops into fruit, which protects the seeds and aids in their dispersal. Fruits come in many shapes and sizes, adapted to different methods of spreading seeds such as wind, water, or animals. Plants face constant threats from herbivores, pathogens, and environmental stress. They have evolved a range of defenses, from physical barriers like thorns and tough leaves to chemical compounds that deter pests or attract beneficial insects. Some plants can even signal nearby plants to prepare for attack. Plants produce a variety of chemicals to defend against herbivores and pathogens. These include toxins, bitter compounds, and substances that interfere with digestion. Some chemicals are always present while others are produced in response to attack. Physical defenses include thick cell walls, waxy coatings, spines, and thorns. These structures make it harder for animals to eat the plant or for pathogens to enter. Some plants also have hairs or sticky substances that trap insects. Plants can communicate with each other and with other organisms using chemical signals. For example, when attacked by insects, some plants release volatile compounds that attract predators of the pests. Others send signals through their roots to warn neighboring plants of danger. Plants must cope with a variety of environmental stresses, including drought, extreme temperatures, and pollution. They respond by adjusting their physiology, such as closing stomata to conserve water or producing protective proteins. Some plants can even enter a state of dormancy to survive harsh conditions. Drought-tolerant plants have special adaptations such as deep roots, thick leaves, and the ability to store water. Some can close their stomata during the hottest part of the day, while others use a different form of photosynthesis called CAM to minimize water loss. Plants living in extreme temperatures produce proteins and chemicals that protect their cells from freezing or overheating. Some can alter the composition of their cell membranes or produce antifreeze compounds to survive cold snaps. Although rooted in place, plants can move in response to stimuli. These movements include the opening and closing of flowers, the curling of leaves, and the rapid snapping of carnivorous plants. Movements are often driven by changes in cell pressure or growth rates. Tropisms are directional growth responses to environmental stimuli such as light, phototropism, gravity, gravitropism, and touch, thigmotropism. These movements help plants optimize their position for survival and reproduction. Thigmotropism is the growth response of plants to touch or physical contact. Climbing plants like vines use this response to wrap around supports. Specialized cells sense the touch and trigger growth on one side, causing the plant to bend toward the object. Senescence is the process of aging in plants, leading to the death of leaves, flowers, or the entire plant. It's a highly regulated process controlled by hormones and environmental cues. Senescence allows plants to recycle nutrients and prepare for the next generation. Understanding plant physiology is essential for modern agriculture. By knowing how plants grow and respond to their environment, farmers can optimize irrigation, fertilization, and pest control. Advances in plant physiology have led to higher crop yields, improved food quality, and more sustainable farming practices. Plant physiology reveals the incredible complexity and adaptability of plants. From capturing sunlight to defending against threats, plants are masters of survival. By studying their physiology, we gain insights that benefit agriculture, medicine, and our understanding of life itself. Next time you see a plant, remember the hidden processes at work, keeping our world green and vibrant.